Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Welcome to your Friday. What up? Here's the KVJ show.
Yeah, it's Friday, bitches.
Yeah. Ready for the weekend.
Friday.
Yeah. Good stuff. Hey, gonna be a big weekend. Cocktails karaoke going on tonight. Blue Martini City Place starting at 7 o'clock. Denny's tomorrow. Going to be at Bowlery. Or Bolero is the name of it at
Or
Maplewood Drive.
Bowlery. I mean,
Yeah.
Bowlery sounds good too. Let's call them and see if it's too late to switch.
Bowlery. Yeah. That's what I get for not staring at my notes constantly. Bolero. Maplewood Drive. Starts at noon.
I mean, that was my stomping ground back in the day. If you went to Gardens, you're always trying to scam on Jupiter chicks. Jupiter chicks are always real hot, so you always go to the bowling alley up there. And back in high school, the chicks would go to the bowling alley.
Yeah.
They would, man.
Yeah, bowling alleys, baby. Back in Logan, Ohio, that's where you used to get your tail.
Oh, I bet. But
Oh, yeah.
it's prime tail there.
Yeah, some good stuff, especially if you wanted a girl as a smoker. That was the place to go get them. That was the place to go get them right there. Yeah, they were fetching. Leaning over those tables.
Fetching what?
Yeah.
Fetching like the dog in the yard?
Woof, woof. Got some Feel Good Friday submissions. This one right here is in honor of my friend Dana. Her 12-year-old son Max is a whitewater kayaker. He and his father are currently making the 280-mile trip down the Colorado River through the Grand Canyon.
Wow.
He's on a self-supported trip, and because of his age, location, distance, and his limited supplies, he will likely set the record of being the youngest person to self-support kayak the entire distance. Dana and her husband Mike have dubbed this the Max Life Project. His expedition will end on 4 days ago.
Nice.
Greece. There you go. Hopefully he made it.
Yeah, hopefully he did it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he did.
I did not hear about anything else. So I assume it all went well.
Congratulations. We'll just be assumptive and we'll say congratulations.
Got to pick it up after talking about the bad luck of Virginia's grandmothers
Oh, my gosh.
earlier in the show. We can't have any more sad news.
I'm sorry. I just went down a dark hole.
You really, it was weird. I could tell you wanted to keep telling us this stuff.
'Cause I think about this stuff a lot, so it's like all in my head, and I wonder if I'm gonna go crazy at some point. I think about a lot
At
of it.
some point.
You're well on your way, kid.
See, I think I'm doing good.
That's the worst sign of them all.
I think that's it, honestly. I think that people that are crazy, they always think that they're fine. My grandma Beulah, she was...
Was she crazy always, or just when she got older?
No, and I don't know. Now when I was younger, didn't know about it. I don't know if it would be manic depressive or whatever you call it, bipolar or whatever it might be. I know she wound up in the mental hospital probably 7 times.
Okay.
And-
Strong showing.
Yeah, and she would just it would get manic, kind of like what you talk about with your mom, Virginia. Might have been kind of the same, but it would just be rapid, kind of frantic, hey. And then she'd be like, Kevin, everyone around me, I just don't understand. And she's kind of talking like the fucking Joker.
Ooh.
I don't understand. It's just, Kevin.
She's shaking.
Yeah. And he would say, why so serious? Like, Grandma, you're freaking me out.
Oh my gosh, your impersonation of Grandma's freaking me out.
Yeah, that's what I had to deal with. I'm like,
Horrifying.
something's wrong with Grandma.
Yeah, that's scary.
Congratulations. A little shout out to St. Andrews Episcopal Varsity Boys Baseball Team for winning their district championship.
Yeah, districts.
Yeah. Nice job, fellas. That's all going down now. The Florida Gators are off to the College World Series as well in softball, so everybody's getting their thing going on. Also, from Erica, I want to thank everyone who has contributed to my husband's fundraiser. He's a 4-year cancer survivor and was recently diagnosed with renal cell carcinoma. He will be undergoing radical kidney surgery on Wednesday and will be out for several weeks from work. As we are W-2 wage earners, we needed to bridge the financial gap and assist with all the mounting medical bills. I just want to thank everybody who has contributed. There are angels right here on earth.
Aww.
Yeah, it's so nice when you have support like that, when we're helping each other through life. That's really what it's all about. 'Cause you never know. Some of us are blessed with different things, and if you are ever blessed with wealth, I think that would be a very nice thing. And I'm very encouraged when we have people in this country that make a massive amount of money and they're just doing all they can to give as much of it away as possible and help other people. I think that's the way it should be done.
It's beautiful.
Denise sent an email talking about the video that Jaybird made. He
Yeah.
wrote a tribute song to the new hairdo, and the video turned out fantastic. People really liked the cinematography. They liked the song itself. They said it was quite a jam. And people thought that me and Jaybird in the tub together was downright hot and steamy.
It's the best part of the video.
The funniest part is just watching Kevin's face. He's so serious looking throughout the whole thing. And
Yeah.
then there's this goofiness going around him. It's very, very good.
Yeah, you
Kevin, once again, nails it.
You don't really know how to act when it's just like they're
Your
singing
hair.
something about your hair. You're like, okay, I don't know how I'm supposed to behave here.
It's about your fake hair.
Yeah, right. You're like, okay, it's really mocking you and
It's not mocking.
slamming you. Be like, here I am, just kind of rocking around and kind of half smiling. I'm not really sure how to take this.
It's not mocking.
It's a very awkward type of feeling, Virginia, when you are the source of a mocky song like that.
You're the joke, you're the
Yeah.
love, but you're still the joke.
You're still the joke. Yeah.
That's why
and-
you stopped going to
Yeah.
snack pack shows, because I would call Kevin up on stage, but I'd come out just to battle rap him, and he's not doing anything. It's battle rapping with one guy, and he's just taking. He's like, I don't know, I'm just
don't
up
like it.
I
there.
really enjoy these experiences. Yeah, so when you get on stage, I go hide.
It's like, really wasn't that fun anymore? I'm getting up there, I'm just getting ripped on. I'm sorry. It was done with love. You are. That's my dad said. Kevin's a very good sport.
Aw.
Then he said that video was awesome. I couldn't believe I could laugh so much in a minute and a half. Kevin, what a transformation. You must feel like a new man. My mother suffers from alopecia. Do you think this is something that would work for her? I would say go in and check it out. I don't know. I am not to the point where I am a well-versed in everything they do. They have, I know from the things that, I just started doing commercials this last week, and I know the process I went through with it. I know they say they have surgical, non-surgical, and there was a third category. I can't remember. I don't even have it committed to memory yet. But from what it sounds like, and I was talking to one of the bigwigs who's in town this week and talking to her. In fact, she was the one I was telling you. She was in, and I was talking to her about how she got started and everything, and she has a passion for it. But she was saying that they give you pretty much everything you need. They don't ever want someone to all of a sudden come to work or be around their family, and it's like, okay, what? And it's like, so they have, it sounds like even a gradual plan where whatever your situation is, they'll work with you to make it gradual, get it in there so that it seems more natural. And
You're
they
not
even,
bald on Tuesday and then Fabio on Wednesday.
right. Yeah. Unless that's what you wanted, but they would say, well, are your goals here you don't want people to know? Because if it is, then we can help you with a plan to get you there so it looks gradual. And, and they even, like, she was like rattling off. She's like, yeah, we'll talk about excuses and like, hey, what did you do to your hair? She's like, sometimes we'll recommend if you have a beard, shave your beard. If you don't have a beard, grow a beard, get glasses, something like that.
Switch it up.
Yes.
Because people don't know why you look good, but they
Right.
just look at you and they go, man, you look
It's
great.
different. Yeah, and exactly. You'd be like, oh, I got glasses, or I got this or that. And
Yes.
they said, and if all else fails, you'd be like, well, I've got a new hairstylist. And that's actually true, because you go in there and that's the one thing about it is they do your hair. So they will work around it. So that's a big part of the bonus for it, is that they know how to work everything
and
around
they
together.
fix it for
Yeah.
you once a week.
Yeah, and
So
then,
you go in there and they teach you.
yeah, and you go in there. It depends. People go in different amounts. You go in a lot more frequently when you first start. But yeah, then they kind of give you a tutorial on everything to be like, okay, here's how to style it, and things like that.
Do you really feel a big difference though that having it? Is there really a pep in your step?
Yeah, yeah, it is. I mean, you like it. The one thing that you hated, I wore a hat so often there, and a big part of it was The number one reason was because of the dome camera, and it would just, you would hate it. You look at it, you'd be going, gosh, and that was always a big thing for me. So I just hated seeing that. So I'm like, I'm just throwing a cap on,
Right.
Dome, yeah.
Yeah, it was just so there were times like you would catch. It's like with anything. I think if you have something you're sensitive to, I know because I've had weight on me before too that you didn't like. Same thing. You kind of cringe. You just don't like what you see, and so you actually avoid mirrors. You don't want to look in them.
Man, shit, this is getting fucking depressing like Virginia's grandma.
Yeah, so when I would see a mirror, I would just cringe away, and I would realize how sad my existence was.
I had my parents remove all the mirrors from the restrooms in our home.
Now I'm feeling bad about all the hair jokes and the bald
But
jokes.
what I really needed was shelter and a place to cry. But then one day, I walked into Hair Club and it all changed. My life became bright again, and I had a purpose to live.
Oh my God.
No more tears on the floor of the company bathroom.
Yes. So no, it does. I think for a lot of people, yeah, that's it. And you know what is really tough? If you do have a medical ailment, like she was talking about the alopecia, that's just really tough. And I think for women, it would be even tougher. And there are a lot of women that suffer from hair loss. 20% of their client base is women.
Yeah, I think it's way worse for women that have to go through it. But alopecia is very specific. So just call them up and say, hey,
Yeah.
I bet you they'll have an answer for you in 3 seconds. What they do, if they don't do it, who does? Because a place like this, they've got to have calls all the time about alopecia.
Yeah, they've been around since like the early 70s, so there's nothing you could throw at them I'm sure they haven't seen in 40 years.
Right.
Hair Club is the name of it. I think it's hairclub.com. It's probably the easiest way to find any information on it.
It's not Hair Club for men, is it? Remember that one?
Yeah, I don't know if that's it. I don't know if maybe they've changed it, if they've dropped it.
If 20% of their clientele is women, probably not.
I'm not only the president, I'm also a client.
Yeah, that's right. I think that was a Hair Club for men.
That was a dude.
I wonder if maybe there was the same. Yeah, I don't know enough even about the history of it. If they dropped them for men when they started getting women and they felt like it was too exclusive. So I don't know. I'll look into that.
I think his name was Cy Sperling.
Yeah, I think that was different then. Yeah,
Okay.
I think that might be something different. Jolly said, yeah, I saw Kevin's hair. I was wondering what is the hair product he uses. I'm sure he's mentioned it, but I didn't get to hear. Yeah, they put me onto this new hair gel where it's like, I think they call it taffy is the name of it. It's a little bit more stringy. It's kind of like blue, and maybe it's something, I don't know, maybe you could look for like hair styling thing, taffy, but it's a little bit like stringier. But if you actually have that kind of volume and you want a little bit what I have, I'm like, oh, it's really good. And everybody in there was like, oh, this stuff's really good of everything
The
we've ever used.
puff.
Yeah.
You've got some height to it, and it just looks full and nice.
Yeah, a lot of people are kind of like going with a little bit of the puff now. So I'm like, yeah, if you want that, yeah, that was called Taffy. You can check that out. And then the other thing that I swear by, and we've talked about a little bit, is they even gave me that Flex stuff that bonds to your hair. I mean, like I said, even before I got this, and you can see in that Jaybird video that he put together, the before and after photos are in there. And they took, I mean, it looks sparse. Like my hair looked, I'm like, wow. When I saw the photos, I'm like, dang, that's bad.
Major shout out to Denny who helped with the video too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to leave him out of that.
But you put that stuff on, and they had it where you could barely tell I was like hardly missing any. So that stuff was, yeah, you may get a lot of your problems taken care of just by getting those two products.
Well, that video alone, that goofy little video, is a endorsement for what's going on.
Yeah.
It shows you before and after.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Well, I mean, it is such a good product, and the video really helps with that. And you know what got me there? And thanks, actually, our audience got me to Hair Club because people were sending me the video of that dude that had that thing that they were like gluing like on his head, and
Your friend had it.
Yeah.
My friend is getting one sent. It's not here yet.
Yeah.
And it costs $3,000 and it glues on. I'm like, I don't know if this thing's going to work.
The videos, that's what got me there, though, because when I saw that, the dude's jumping in a pool, and he's like on a boat.
Yeah,
and
he's
like,
out skydiving.
Yeah, all this stuff's going on, and it looks great. And you're like, what? And you couldn't believe.
But your hair doesn't look like anything's glued onto it.
Neither did the thing in defense of that product too, because I'm not sure if they're related or not. It looked real. It looked like real hair, and I think that's what got you jacked up.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and it is real hair. In fact, Justin said here, he said, hey, just curious, what did you have done? I'm in need of a solution for my head as well. And what it is, it's like it's real human hair, and they'll get yours, and they'll match it up color and density and all that kind of stuff with whatever they have. And then, they put on just like where I needed it. And it's like an adhesive kind of thing, and it fits in naturally with your thing. Yeah, if you dig around in there, you'd see like a little bit of a...
But who's going to ever be digging around in your head?
That's it. Yeah, if somebody like held me down.
I can't tell that there's anything other than just Kevin's hair.
Yeah.
It just looks genuinely like Kevin's hair, and I have an eye for flaw.
It's crazy.
I can't see any flaw in it.
It's crazy. I couldn't believe it either when I saw it. I'm like, well, there's no way. I'm like, it's still like, how did you guys do that?
And I'm personally not getting paid anything. My comments are for the love of the game. I can't believe how good it is.
Yeah, and I held off on agreeing to do the endorsement until the hair, was
to
on.
See it.
Well, and I'm like, because I was thinking I might come out of that chair looking like Elvis.
Right.
You just.
You do not want that.
And I was going to be like, take it off. I'm just going to shave it down, and that's all right. No, this isn't for me. And so when I saw it, I was like, I couldn't believe it. And then as far as like doing it, this thing stays on for like 6 weeks, and then they'll kind of like take it and clean it all, do it, whatever. Refresh it, whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah, because somebody had said, I did that, and they sent a photo, and they're going, but I had to reapply it every day, and it was such a to-do. I'm like, oh, gosh, no.
Reapplying every day sounds awful.
No, yeah.
That's not going to be conducive to your life.
No one could do that, yeah.
No.
So this is, the only added aggravation is just, it is admittedly quicker to put a hat on than to actually, because I blow dry it a little bit and have to brush it and then put the product in. That takes a little bit more time than just putting a hat on.
But welcome to the women's world.
The complaints. Oh, woe is me. I actually have hair that I got to style. So, so if you don't ever want to style hair, just fucking trim your head. So, but if you have it, then that's it.
I bicked my head for so long. In fact, for like the first 12 years of the show, I just would shave it off. I only started growing out about 3 years ago.
Yeah, and the one thing you're talking about with a buddy of yours is that does that, and that was the one drawback for it. Even if you look good with that bicked head, some people have to do it like every day.
My buddy has to do it every day.
Like that would be really tough.
That's a lot of work.
That is a lot of work.
You're doing your face, you're doing your head.
Yeah.
Like it's a whole thing.
Absolutely. So you can see the video on our YouTube channel. Just go Kevin's Kevin's KVJ show. I'm still caught between shows and I know where I am. Like, wait, where am I?
You're stuck between both.
I am. On the sports angle, today is really like one of those days where it's like I'm fucking dreading today's show.
Why?
Because there was nothing last night.
Oh.
Nothing. This is like I don't know sports on top of it. Doing KVJ, you can choose from everything.
Right.
The world is your oyster, and if there was something great in sports, I could even dig into that. And we do less sports on KVJ, so I know it aggravates people. So, but. I can, but
hockey.
Would you do something?
I don't know anything about hockey. I don't even know what's going on. And I don't think people really tune in for hockey.
Call
not in South
Panda.
Florida.
Panda will help you if you want to talk hockey.
Would something like this be good? If you guys play clips of the top 10 best sports meltdowns in press conferences?
Yeah, well,
those are entertaining. Or the best criers in sports conferences.
That's
good
it.
Stuff.
Yeah, that's it. So we find that kind of stuff because when it came down to it, and we were talking about the show and all that kind of stuff, was the guy who runs the station, the sports station. He was like, he's like, maybe we should call it Kevin's Sports Show. And I was like, no, I purposely, I'm like going, I want to keep it Kevin's other show because I don't want to be like pigeonholed into sports. Like if it's a day like today, where because I've heard there's a lot of sports radio shows. In fact, if you turn on like ESPN today, it's laughable because they're just pulling. You can tell
They're
pulling shit out of their ass. Like they don't even know what to talk about.
If someone brings up the LeBron James versus Michael Jordan, who's
better? Oh my gosh,
I'm so fucking sick of.
It's the worst thing ever. I've been in sports for 2 months, and I'm like, if I hear that, like I want to punch someone in the face.
First of all, it's so hard to compare players in different eras.
Right.
It's like, what the fuck are you?
It's so dumb. So that sports has got that problem where this right now, in being in South Florida, all you got's the Marlins.
Oh, that's sad.
Feast on that, yeah. So so you got to find other like dude shit to talk about. So it's like, oh yeah. Then I'm like, what am I gonna talk about? I'm tired of prepping.
Just go in there and wing it.
It sounds like you can't though.
Well,
it's tricky.
It's tougher. Yeah,
Can you cover bowling? Denny's and Jaybird.
Like no one, yeah.
Their game is going to be highly competitive on Saturday.
I am excited to bowl. I really do love bowling.
You know what? You and Denny should do a video of you guys. If you could get someone to film it, you could probably film each other when you go up. That'd be hysterical to see you versus Denny's and just put together a little thing. If I were around, I'd come up and announce for it.
I might do a little round of dizzy bowling. Remember when we did dizzy bowling?
Dizzy bowling's fun.
You actually could. You know what you could do? You could get the video of you and Denny's and just do like a couple frames, and then why don't you have the video in Virginia? I'll watch it and we'll do the play-by-play on it.
That's fine.
Two competitors here at Bolero.
I love bowling.
Both with zero muscle tone.
I'd totally do an 8-pound ball.
That'd be funny, yeah.
With my bitch-ass hands.
Your arms look like you've been in a coma for 7 months.
Yeah, why don't you do that? That'd be kind of fun. It could be a funny video.
Love it.
And we should do dizzy bowling again, too. It's been a while.
Fun.
Oh, dizzy
too.
bowling's fun. And you know what we should do? If you and Denny's really legit bowl, we should put some wager on it.
Yeah,
I think Jaybird's actually pretty good.
I'm very streaky. I'm either really shitty or I can be okay. I'm not good.
But I mean, I can't imagine Denny's is, no offense, going to be good at all.
The weird thing about Denny's is an amazing golfer.
Oh, that's right.
And you would never ever.
Right.
And he's also telling me that back in the day he was good with guns, and I would never know.
Really?
Not like for like shooting targets and stuff like that. He's just a man of mystery. That cat.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, and he throws a football pretty well too, but he knows nothing about football.
Wow.
He tells me this one story where he was at a party and his girlfriend at the time thought he didn't know how to play football, so she kind of starts like making fun of him in front of everybody else. He's like, "Fuck this shit," and he ended up taking the ball and throwing it. I was like, "Holy shit, you can throw the ball real well, man!"
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. See, who knows?
I know exactly.
He
So
might come out of nowhere and just like give you a real contest.
he might be a good bowler.
Yeah.
Can you throw? How are you with the pins?
I do okay. I do all right. I'm not amazing. I'm streaky too.
You're probably pretty good, Kev.
Bowling? No, I'm not real solid.
What's your best sport?
Gosh, I can't remember. My best sport?
And weightlifting does not count.
Yeah. Probably my best sport was baseball. That's probably the one that I did the best at. And the football, no, basketball, I'm not athletic enough. See, that's a problem for me with a lot of sports. I'm not athletic enough. Like I'm not fast. I don't have a great vertical leap.
Baseball, you can muck your way through.
Yeah, baseball's the one that's why I did well in baseball, because it was just eye-hand coordination.
You got a good golf swing too.
Yeah, you know what? I am average at everything. That really is. I can jump into any. I can go golfing with you. I could go bowling with you. I could throw the baseball with you and do the batting cages, and you wouldn't be like, oh, okay, he's not great, but he's not, bad.
I think that's a skill. If you can do a little bit of every sport, I think that's awesome.
I agree.
And you can make it.
Yeah, I can.
You can be thrown into any of those situations and do okay.
So my challenge this weekend is I've got these friends that we're going with, and they're relatively new friends. I've kind of like just met them probably in the last 6 months. I think it was right around playoff football season. We just have a lot of things in common. Like he's a huge Ohio State Buckeye fan, and so we kind of got that in common. He likes the country music I listen to a little bit, and so we're gonna go hang out this weekend in Okeechobee at this place. It's called Okeechobee, I think it is, and so it's all about shooting. And so I grew up around guns, where I was, and my dad's into two things: dogs and guns. Like, that's it. And my dad has got, his concealed carry and all this kind of stuff, and he's got, a little arsenal of guns now. And
does he know you're going shooting this weekend?
Yes. And he sent me about 10 emails of just from guns to this to training videos to everything. He's so pumped that I'm going shooting.
Finally, my son is doing something I can be proud of.
I know, right? That's really it. Yeah, that's why it's I kind of lean on that when you find something, because I've had a tough run here lately with a lot of disapproval from my family. So when I finally found something that they're all into, and so my buddy, he's all excited, and he's going, okay, he's like, tell me which gun should I pack? back for this weekend. And so he's sending me these photos. You watch KVJ TV. He sent me those.
All
and
those look too much for you.
He sent me these. I think those are Glocks. I don't know. See, and I
gosh.
don't know. I think he
Kevin,
thinks.
take the little one.
I think he thinks. Look at that one. I don't even know what the hell that is.
Don't touch that one.
And then and look at those.
Those are like muskets.
I think they're rifles and
Get
shotguns.
the smallest one. Do they have a pink one that's for the ladies? Get that one.
Wait, he's got that one. It looks like a cap gun.
My gosh.
Yeah, so he's got all these.
How many does this cat have?
Apparently he's got a ton. So he's like, which one should I bring? And I'm like, I don't know anything about these things. So, yeah, so that's just it. I grew up around guns. I've shot them. I did ROTC, so I've shot machine guns and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not the kind of guy like some people and they're like kicking a clip out and all this kind of stuff. And they really know their way around guns. Like I'm like, there's no way. There's a good chance I'm gonna shoot myself in the face.
Just be careful. No beers.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna drink and touch a
Oh,
gun.
he'll be
no.
responsible.
Do
Come on.
not-
Yeah.
Well, don't drink and then try to shoot.
No, Kevin would
not at all.
He would
No.
never do that.
Look, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, no, not a chance.
I don't know these people.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
I haven't met them. I haven't signed off on them.
Yeah, no.
I know nothing about guns or cars. If you told me that I had to go fix something in a car, it's going to go bad.
Yeah, somebody said, Jen said, go for the rifles. Those are really fun, much better than handguns. So he might, yeah. So we'll see.
What do you know less of, cars or guns?
Less about cars, and I don't know a ton about guns, but yeah, I used to be again, like I can go out and shoot with you, and I'll be like a decent shot. I'm not gonna like blow you away, but I'll do okay shooting. But I can't tell you, like he's like, I got a Ruger 22 9mm, and I'm like, so there's gonna be all these gun abbreviations, all these things. I'm like, yeah, it's
Got a snub nose 36. This fucker. He's got 13 inches of pure fucking steel.
What?
The thing that I'm most afraid about, I think he is ranking me on the dude scale a lot higher than I really am.
Oh, no. You didn't tell him you're a pussy?
He'll find out eventually.
He's gonna walk away from the weekend and be like, wow, he's such a pussy. Like,
But his wife is such a man.
yes. I'm like, you would think, like, he does a sports show and he's like, all this, like, he's a man's man. And I'm like, I'm such a phony. And I'm like, the world is going to know,
They
like,
don't
what
know
a
you're a
fake I am.
They will find out.
But total phony. I completely am. So I've got apprehension about this weekend. Because the first thing we're doing is skeet shoot. I've never done this in my life. That's where they take a clay pigeon. You got the shotgun. You're like, pole, I think. I think
Pole,
it's
yeah.
pole, and you go, and you.
It's like a disc.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
At least in the video games.
In the movies, that's all I've ever seen.
Like, I'm just hoping I don't know, do so bad. I mean, the worst possible is I shoot myself or someone else.
No, don't shoot yourself.
I don't think that'll happen. But the second worst is that it's just like, whoa, or, you do that thing like sometimes what'll happen if you've seen people, they don't know guns or respect guns. Like there's one video, this guy's like going, yeah, look at this. And he's got this shotgun and he goes, and he shoots it and he goes, whoops, and it
Kick back.
It kicks him. It's like a donkey kicked him in the face and it comes right up. Teeth are just hanging and it's just nose is like up his face. Like, that's powerful. It's just, I'm like, don't be that guy.
That's a great video.
Do not knock out 4 teeth in Okeechobee. Because they'll be like, what's the problem?
I love.
You look fine.
You look fine.
Walk it off.
I love me some Okeechobee.
I do too.
I really do.
Yeah.
I think it's very peaceful up there.
I think it's the first time I've ever I'm going to be hanging the entire weekend in Okeechobee.
Going to the lake is cozy, man. It's really cool.
Yeah. So I will probably just stay at the whatever that OK Corral thing is, whatever that. I don't even know what it is. I have no idea what I'm in for.
That's the famous gun battle area.
It is, yeah, but I don't know if I'm in a cabin. I don't know what's going on. I might be sleeping in my car. I have no idea.
Oh, man, if it was a couple weeks ago, that weather, going out in a cabin, it's perfect, man. That's fun stuff.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what exactly we
You guys have air in there?
I would assume so, yeah.
Okay.
Gosh, I'd hope so.
It's like a Virginia cabin.
Oh my gosh, you got to have AC. If they don't have AC, you need to go to a little store and buy a portable AC for like $100.
Oh gosh,
It's so worth
there's got to
it.
be AC.
There's got to be AC.
Oh, you'll get
gotta be AC.
swamp ass.
Oh, don't say.
I can't sleep if there's not AC.
But real men get swamp ass, so that might be good.
What if we were in a tent?
Oh,
A
Kevin.
tent when it's hot and muggy out is the worst.
My gosh, I'm praying not.
We did that one time. My dad took me and my sister camping to Jonathan Dickinson, and we went on a night where I swear South Florida had never seen a storm like this at the time. it was the worst storm, and we had a hole in our tent.
Aww.
So we ended up sleeping in the car. I'm like, Dad, why don't we just go home? He's like, no, still want to try to camp. He left the windows cracked open, and when I woke up, he had 7 mosquitoes on his neck. It was like a line, it looked like a tattoo of 7 mosquitoes
They
on
were
his
waiting in line.
neck. There were so many fucking mosquitoes, man.
Line forms here.
It was the worst night of sleep I've ever had in my life.
It is pretty miserable. Yeah, so we'll see what's going on. Got this from Samantha talking about getting a laptop. She said, yeah, if you get a MacBook from Apple and you got Caitlin, my daughter, or any other student with an ID, just go in with it and you'll get a discount. They'll take off a few $100s. I went with my boyfriend and my mom on different occasions with my student ID, and they gave them both discounts on their laptops.
I don't have a student ID.
No, she's saying use Caitlin. Go in with Caitlin. Like Caitlin would get it, use her student ID, which she has from Lynn.
Gotcha.
And if she goes with you to buy, if you got one, then you could get a couple $100s off on your laptop.
Very cool.
Yes. That's just
Okay.
a little saving plan there, and you're welcome to use her at any time
Love it.
for that. So there you go.
Cool.
All righty. Well, you guys have a great weekend. Thank you for the emails. Got a bunch more to get to when we get back in here on Monday, provided I don't shoot myself in the face.
Please be careful.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be very. Well, that's the problem. I'll be so careful. I'll be like, I'll probably be shaking, quivering. Oh.
Yeah, don't get ballsy. Be scared.
I'll let you know if he calls me pussy at any point during the weekend.
Like Virginia just
Well,
did.
you are a pussy. All right. Mail at kvjshow.com. You guys enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you later.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.